is a new challenger.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A-game to the table.
Round one.
There we go. What are these fighters going to do? Goes for the throw. Gets the counter. Is that going to condition them to be more conservative? Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. Lays on the pressure with the projectile. Player one has the life advantage. Time to sit on the lead. Well-timed corner switch. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Feeling out the spacing. Punishes in real time. It's a KO. Yoga teleport! Where is he going? Cross up! Oh, they needed to block that from behind. Player one can't use any drive moves without burning out. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. They are experiencing burnout. Jumps in there! Player one took no time to finish that fight. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done here. Big gap between the two fighters, so they throw out a fire. Trying to control their opponent here from a distance. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? There's a drive rush to throw the opponent off balance. So, a drive rush can really close the distance, putting moves that would otherwise be out of reach in that sweet spot to launch a surprise attack. This is a real back and forth, takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Player two doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. The damage is really piling up now. KO. Player two on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Nails the anti-air. Burns them up. Player two has the meter lead. With this kind of gauge gap, they'll want to think about when to use it and not be trigger happy. Their spacing is so on point right now, but who's gonna blink first? This is the ideal range to utilize the fireball. Good distance for a shot. Grabs and throws them away. What'll happen here? Teleport nails the overdrive arrow kick. Brushes that off and keeps going. Light lead is there, but looking to impress with this keeper. What a finish! This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Low heavy. It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. Yoga fires him. Dashes forward, strikes back with the overdrive arrow. Hits him with a stop and pop. Oh, you think this gunburst gonna be too hot to handle? A jump? Bro, this is gonna hurt. There's a burnout. Dangerous range here. Yoga fire to turn up the heat. Player two still has a chance, but it's going to be an uphill battle. Keeps him. Ooh, what a smart blow. Okay, here we go. This makes crowns him from above. Shifts him for the win. Player one made all the right moves, and this experience is only gonna make them stronger. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run. Throws a projectile to zone the opponent. Nails the overdrive arrow kick. Coming through. The throw misses. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Blocks the jump in. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Was well in range to score the throw. And a super activation. Looking to score some juicy damage. From up above. Knockdown. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Was looking for that jump attack. Taking stock. Gets the jump in. Opts for the throw to close it out. Player one takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Teleports. That's gonna rattle him. Jumps in. Strikes back with the overdrive arrow. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Good job here in giving themselves a chance to gain the upper hand. Yoga teleport. Where is he going? Knockdown and Inferno to turn up the heat. That's not gonna hit. Player two is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Stuck in the corner, but not going down without a fight. Both fighters planning something? Yoga fire there. Throws him. Breaks the block with a throw. Blocks the low kick. A real test of nerves here. Player two, punish counter on the action. This is a critical moment. In with the crosser. Jake adds a bit of OD spiciness. Closes it out. Player one faced the giant and walked away unscathed. What a win! It's not over yet. Just believe it's time for that run back. Barely blocks the jump in. A trade, but they're not worried. Player one has the life lead. They've got a small life lead, but it's not over. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. Throws them. What's next? Player two can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Will this super art connect? Blocks it just in time. They must have anticipated a super art coming. Grabs them. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? The pressure is so intense here. KO! Player one picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Projectile to try and change the situation. Player two chases them down. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireball. Throws out the fireball to check him. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Yo, put that away. Player two, Inferno to turn up the heat. Player two has the meter lead. Going in. Keeps them guessing with a Yoga Arch. Sneaks in above. Lets off a Yoga Fire. Goes for the jump in. Yoga Fire there. This is gonna hurt. What's next? This can lead to some big damage. Makes it on the fireball. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Yoga teleport. Where's he going? Player two chases them down. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player two is using their drive liberally. If the drive gauge is completely empty, the player will enter burnout and won't be able to use drive for a period of time. So it's vital to not let that happen. Throws them to negate the block. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Timely side switch there, which will let him go on the attack. Life lead opens up. Gets the jump in. Throws him. What's next? Takes a trip. One shot is all both fighters need to close this out. Yoga Fire there. What's the next move? KO! Player one on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Lets off a Yoga Fire. The jump in catches them. Nails the overdrive arrow kick. Delivers the pain right to the doorstep. Player two is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Strikes back with the overdrive arrow. Teleport. That's gonna rattle him. Yoga Fire there. Manages to block the jump in attack. Connects with the throw. The low. Fires off an overdrive arrow. A quick breather. Player one is finishes with the throw. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Starts things off with a jump in. nails the overdrive arrow kick. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. This sets up with the jump in. Amazing! Plenty of health, full gauge, close that off! Leg shake! Super hard to show off what a PhD fighter can do for you!
It's time to trade.
Get to the Sala connect! Game is gonna show all those OGs that there's a new player in town! Throws them! How long can this offensive assault continue? Player 2 with the rhythm. Ooh, what a smart throw! What's next? Is this sunburn gonna be too hot to handle? Oh, now that is a punish! Closes it out! Player 2 was an absolute beast in that match. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Time to get down to business. The first round starts now. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Strings it all together. Player 1 may be just about done this round, but they still have a chance with a full drive gauge to tap into. KO. Player 2 hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Gets the jump in. Opts for the free flow kicks to get a drink in. Yoga toe. Nice counter. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. A huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Looking for a chance. Yoga nails the overdrive arrow kick. Both fighters planning something. Jumps up. Lets off a Yoga fire. Barely blocks the jump in. Hits him with a stop and block. Player 2 leg shake. Swagger step. This is a complete super art. KO. And stop it. Player 2 took no time to finish that fight. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. This is crucial. The opening round is about to begin. That drive impact doesn't get through. Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be very difficult to escape. What's the play here? They knew that throw was coming. These two fighters are perfectly synced. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Player 1 has the life lead. All right, what's coming up next? They get driven into the wall, breaking their guard. Taking stock. I wonder how both fighters will adapt to what we've seen so far. We're close to the point where one mistake could end the round. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Checks them with a projectile. They gotta take advantage of this drive differential. Breaks the block with a throw. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Player 2 can't use any more drive without burning out. Opt for the free flow kicks to get a drink in. Grilling top. That's the Yoga Inferno rip. The super doesn't hit in there. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Inferno to turn up the heat. Ooh, wants to hit it big here with the super art. Flushes that off and keeps going. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Nails the overdrive arrow kick. Knockdown and... Player 2 is in a... There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. Hits him with his free flow. Both fighters planning strikes back with the overdrive arrow. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Ooh, what a smart throw. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Drives impact misses. Boots him and takes a swing. Side switch in the corner. Teleport. Anti-air in the clutch. Okay, Inferno. What are they cooking up? Player 1 knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Who's gonna take it? Denies the jump in attempt. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Medium kick into swagger step. Player 2 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Good Good decision with that throw. Hits them with the counter throw. A jump in, knocked them out of the air. Only 50% life left. Knockdown. Here comes the mixer. Drives it back, misses. Yoga and Frego to set this fight alight. What's next? The low kick hit. Yoga fire. Grabs them. Noticeable light forward thrust. Teleport. It is over. Player one. Straight up outplayed them. Talk about a David and Goliath situation.
Sim, mano, ele é muito bom, então o moleque é alternativo, é rápido. O problema é que ele não pode apanhar. Assim como eu cheguei a jogar, mas na 4, mano, ele tomava 2 agarrão do Zangief e morreu, mano. Não tinha porra nenhuma de vida, mano. Era 2 agarrão do Zangief e ia pra casa do chapéu. Foda. Mano, tem uma mulher lá musculosa do caralho, lá não lembro o nome dela agora. O nome dela é básico, isso dá vida pra caramba. Só que
Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who is going to come out on top in this fight?
Round one.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Gets a chance with that jump in. Backs them into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Lots of aggression from both sides. Both fighters have plenty of drive to work with, but how they make their approach will be key. Will they use their drive to break through or to turn up the heat? Throws out a projectile. Denying them a breather there with a long-range fireball. The grab misses. Got their eye on the air. Oh, easy tech. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Life lead is opening up, but that could still be overcome with smart drive use. Life lead opens up. One chance here may end this match. The attack is parried. Opts for the throw to close it out. Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. They exchange blows. Are we going to see some fireworks here? Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. You know their fireball game is solid because they're only throwing it when their opponent can't jump them. Nails the overdrive arrow kick. Player two will look to apply pressure here. There's a change of sides. A quick breather. Big throw. Player one has a chance to win the round and take nice counter. KO. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Open, reads the jump in perfectly. Strikes back with the overdrive arrow. Yoga fires off an overdrive arrow. Going in. Ooh, this is gonna hurt. Player two can't let this simmer. They gotta start. Will this super art do anything? Jump. This may turn to a big chance. Nothing stops this train. Only the best of players can come back from this. Oh, putting the cherry on top. Come on. It's time to Still alive? Still alive? What? That was enough to kill? Yo, that read was godlike. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Time to get down to business. The first round starts now. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. Ooh, will they hit, whip, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Knockdown. Gets the jump in. What a clutch side switch there. Now they need to capitalize on this chance. Player two chases them down. Throws them to start the corner pressure. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Blocks the low heavy. Spends the gauge on the drive rush. Taking stock. Player 2 is gonna have to wait for that drive gauge. Can they stick it out? One shot is all both by KO. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Immediate jump in. This round is so important. You can feel the intensity in the air. Got their eye on the air. Player 1 did a great job of maintaining their drive gauge during that last round. It's going to be even more important in this next round to keep that up to help strengthen their ground game. Smart play with the throw. Both fighters planning something? Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. Risky up-close scrap still going. Opt for the free flow kicks to get a drink in. Jump? What'll happen here? Low heavy. Player 2 is pumps the brakes on the impact. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Tons of space between the fighters now. What are they cooking up? What a finish! Player 1 faced a giant and walks away unscathed. What a win! Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. We're here in the first round. Which one of them will let their fists do the talking? The jump-in is denied. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Starts with a jump-in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Good job blocking the jump-in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Gets a normal hit from the experiencing burnout. All right, what's coming up next? Player 1 can't afford the stick KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Immediate jump in. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? The jump in is denied. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Player 1 has the life lead. Can they use it? There's still a lot of fighting to be had. It's anyone's match. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Player 2, they're going for the super art. The super doesn't hit. Hits him with a stop and pop. They can't squander this punish counter chance. Forward throw, laying the pressure on this. All in with a rush. This unleashes some big damage.
This is our destiny.
This is gonna kill, no doubt about it.
Let's go.
No way, that win wasn't luck. That was 100% planned. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Who will come out on top in this final round? Yoga teleport. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Crowd them from above. Both sides getting ready. Player 1 has the super gauge advantage. Ooh, what a smart blow. Both avoiding them. Nothing stops this train. Blink up. Player 2 can't let them close them. What's next? Make smart use of the game. Good super. Player 2 needs to use their drive wall splat into the guard break. Take a seat. This may turn into a breakthrough with the throw. Player 1 faced a giant and walks away unscathed. What a win. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Yoga fire there. Dashes forward. Throws them to negate the block. Player 2 chases them down. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Goes for the throw. Knockdown. They can open up this round big by converting this punishment. All right, what's coming up next? Puts one in the pocket. Okay, creating some space here. The drink level's at 4. All inhibitions are out the window. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. To get some. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Big gap between the two fighters, so they throw out a fire alarm. Blocks the low heavy. Yoga Fire triggers the super and is looking to put this out of reach. Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Can they claw their way back and give themselves a chance to win? Manages to block the jump-in attack. Drink level 4 and in there! We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Immediate jump-in. The last round, it's now or never. Barely connects with the throw. Player 2 is in a very good spot now. They've got to be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Player, oh my, the throw tech. Free flow strikes. Somehow anticipated that throw. Grounds him from above. Ghost avoiding the wall and throws him. Amazing. Rock super art incoming. What were they thinking? Are they going to be able to come back and... Ooh, what a smart throw. Both low heavy. Yoga Fire to turn up the heat. This is gonna hurt. The jump-in is denied. What a finish. Player 2 was an absolute beast in that match. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Jumps. Barely blocks the jump-in. Strikes back with the overdrive arrow. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. Keeping track of the opponent's movements, waiting for a good opening. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Jump in finds the mark. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. The fighters are scrambling to figure out how to gain some meter here. I want to see how they manage their SA gauge here. Trying to figure out who will make the first move here. Taking stock. What a clutch side switch there. Now they need to capitalize on this chance. Hits him with his free flow. Takes a trip. Throws him. What's next? They are absolutely wailing on each other in the middle of the stage. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Drive rush to keep it going. Oh God, this is tense. There's a change of sides. Nice parry. Yoga Fire there. This is a KO. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Jumps up. Good job blocking the jump-in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. The jump-in is denied. The quarter makes it hard to nails the overdrive arrow kick. A quick breather. The impact doesn't do anything. Going in, uses the target combo as a filler. Hits him with his drilling time. That's the Yoga Inferno Rip. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Barely blocks, hits him with a stop and block. Yoga Flame looking to impress with this super. Both experiencing burnout. The low kick hits. Drive impact misses. Player, this is gonna hurt. Noticeable life lead is a solid anti-air. Player 1 not looking good. The corner's a bad place to be. Burns the bar for breaking. What a finish! Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Decides not to rush in without a plan. Knocks them down with the arch. Player 2 won out those close scuffles, and now they gotta have a plan for the next round. Changes the pace with the fire. Fires without warning. Drive gauge management here is going to be vital. Nothing stops this train. Super art to show up what a PhD in fighters can do. The merciless hit. Is this gonna set the outcome of this fight in stone? He'll cut that boy off. He's had too much. What are they gonna do? Next with the throw. What now? Player 2 may be able to pull a fast one, especially with the super art ready. Yoga Fire! Player 2 crowns him from above! He doesn't touch the throw! Player 1 faced the giant and walks away unscathed! What a win! They're still hungry! Both sides stepping up for the rematch! The first round begins. No time to save that stuff for nationals. It's time to go all in. Jumps? Very solid corner sweep. Gets out of the corner. We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. No go for the throw. Trips him up. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. The damage is really piling up now. You can see how cornering your opponent is such an effective game plan. All right, what's coming up next? Gets Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Player 1 has the life advantage. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Manages to block the jump in attack. Swagger step. That's a counter. Going in, brushes that off and keeps going. Digs in deep to get that drive in. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Burnout activate. Player 2 has an empty drive here. This is a very precarious situation. Level 3 super. Spending that meter like it's nobody's business. And they create an knockdown. Here comes closes it out. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Dashes up. Lets off a Yoga Fire. Crowns him from above. They trade hits. Player 2 has the super gauge advantage. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. The swagger steps in. This is gonna hurt. Free flow strikes. Player 2 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. Gets the side switch. More fuel to the fire. Cook them up. Gets to the side hole. You better not play because this boy's quicker than a freaking hiccup. Both sides getting ready. This can lead to some big flatline zone. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for him. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. We're finally ready to begin this long-awaited fight. Our players look primed and ready. The jump-in is denied. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Gets a good read on their opponent. That should teach them you can't just throw out moves. Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. Wow, shut down. Player 2 needs to use what little drive they have left effectively. Knockdown. Goes for the drive rush there. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Takes a trip. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Next hit will end the round. Gets the parry in and adds some pressure. Opts for the throw to close it out. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Player 1 has the life lead. Can they use it? There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Yoga Fire there. Blocks it. Grabs and throws him away. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Yoga Teleport. Where is he going? Player 2 is barely hanging in there, but can still mount a cut. Throws him. Knockdown, and they're going for the super art. That's not gonna hit. What opts for the critical art?
This is our destiny.
Yo, we're dealing with a real gambler. Low on life and is still willing to risk it all on this critical art to do the cash money damage they need. Player 2 is in a very good spot. This is a complete rundown. Punish counter sets the table. Oh my god, that combo finishes it. Player 1 faced the giant and walks away unscathed. What a win! They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Jumps. Gets right in there. Backs them into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Strings it all together. Player 1 may be just about done this round, but they still have a chance with a full drive gauge to tap into. Gets them. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Goes for the jump in to start the round. Nails the anti-air. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. Good job here in giving themselves a chance to gain the upper hand. Doesn't miss a beat. What'll happen here? The throw whiffs. Okay, they trade hits. Blocks it. Grabs them. That throw will do some good damage. Yoga teleport. Where is he going? Ooh. Brushes that off and keeps going. Opts to continue the attack with the drive. Quick breather. Sunburn! I hope they pack some sunscreen. Player 2 is working all in with a rush. Life lead is there, but still, ooh, what a smart throw. Both crowns him from above. Wraps it up with a throw. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Blocks it. Grabs him. I can't keep track of these corner switches. Does not want to get stuck in the corner. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Both sides have full drive and plenty of power. Let's see how things open up. Looking for a way to incorporate their drive. Okay, both fighters have taken a long step back. They're both looking to reassess the fight. Trips him up. Checks him with the projectile. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game teams. That drive impact doesn't get through. You can block impacts, but you're going to lose some drive gauge when you do. Player 2 chases them down. That drive impact is blocked. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Hits him with his free throw. KO. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Barely blocks the jump in. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Yoga teleport. Where is he going? This is the ideal range to utilize the fireball game. Throws out the fireball to check them. Player 2 chases them down. Knockdown and super arts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Hits them with a stop and drop. Uses the gauge for a super art. Merciless yoga. Dalsum just straight up slapping the taste out of her mouth. This is gonna hurt and humiliate. Experiencing burnout. The low block. Player 2 needs to hold out until their drive gauge recovers. Reads the jump in perfectly. Chisels them down. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Jump! Genius read with that throw escape. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a sight. Both players will need to keep tabs on their SA game. Impact squat! Excellent block to shut out the impact. The jump in, it all is with a rush. All the throw connects. Player 2 can't use drive anymore. What are they gonna do? Player 2 overdrive arrow kick. Both sides connects with the throw. Going the throw is denied. Amazing. That back throw was huge. Raw super hard incoming. What were they thinking? A jump in? A wheel, the low kick hits. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Player 2. Oh my God, they just pumped it up. Inferno. What are they cooking up? Ugh, take a seat. No one caught that. Player 1 straight up outplayed them. Top
Here comes a new challenger.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Round one.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checks with the projectile. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. Can they outlast it? Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Knockdown. Neither of them willing to back off here. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Knockdown and one shot is all both fighters need to close this out. Oh, what's this? They can't squander this punish counter chance. The rapid funk ends the round with a sick combo. Amazing. Player 2 wins the first round and is now riding a huge wave of momentum. Throws a fireball. Medium kick hits. Throws them to negate the block. Smart play to stop the opponent there. Player 1 has a slight life lead. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. Throws them. How long can this offensive assault continue? Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. How did they read that throw? Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Looking for a flatline zone. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Blocks the low kick. Teleports. That's gonna low heavy. Knocks them out of the air. They just said, get that jumping out of here. But blast that off. More fuel to the fire. Cook them up. Uh-oh. This could really tip the scale. Player 2 needs to take advantage of this gate. Baits out the low kick. The jump-in is denied. What are they gonna try to act quickly but whiff the attack? A jump-in solid anti-air. Nothing stops this train. Pokes with a kick. Drives and back misses. Can they use their resources wisely? Oh my, the protect. Teleport. It is over. Player 1 is going to be watching replays for this one for a while. They really took it down to the wire. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Yoga took overdrive jackknife. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage on them. Neither of them willing to back off here. Strings it all together. Decent damage. What's next? Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Grabs them, knockdown. Player 1 chases them down. In a dire situation. Drive rush to keep it going. Taking stock. Gets him. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Yoga teleport. Where is he going? Gets the jump in. The jump in is denied. Yoga fire there. Jackknife maximum cuts clean through him. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Full SA meters on hits them with a stop and block. Yoga plays, ends the meter. hoping for a good return. They just won't stop switching sides. Tries to act quickly, but with the attack. Excellent block. Fights out of the corner. Back. Ooh, what a smart throw. Their spacing is low heavy. Jump. Okay, here we go. Lead. Turns out. Breaks it. That combo finishes it. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Knocked him out of the air. Drops him hard. Player 2 connects with the throw. Takes advantage of the hesitation and gets some good damage in return. Player 1 needs to take advantage of the cage disparity. Blocks the low kick. Brushes that off and keeps going. Blink out. They are not getting close. Goes to the air. Great job in escaping that corner pressure and moving back. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Their drive gauges aren't full. This means less piece of... Ooh, what a smart throw. The low's blocked. Yoga fire. How did they read that throw? A real... This unleashes some big damage. They gotta find something to work with here. Keeps them out. Throws them. Can they close this round without relying on drive? Looking for... Are you kidding me? Player 1 straight up outplays them. Talk about a David and Goliath situation. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. We're finally ready to begin this long-awaited fight. Our players look primed and ready. Gets the jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Corner switch means they can now go on the offensive. Does not want to get stuck in the corner. Starts off zoning with fireballs. Will they incorporate that full drive gauge they have into their game plan? Looking for a way to incorporate their drive. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Knockdown. Throws them to negate the block. Was well in range to score the throw. Sticks the jump in. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistake. Low heavy for the win. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? The jump in is denied. Gets the knockdown, and now overdrive jackknife. Player 1 had an impressive round while managing their drive game. They'll want to carry that momentum into the next round. Quick breather. Scrap experiencing burnout. Player 2 brushes that off and keeps going. Both fighters planning something? Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Knockdown and... The low block! What'll happen here? Flatline zone. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Player 2 won out those close scuffles, and now they gotta have a plan for the next round. Super art on deck for both fighters. Connects with the throw. That throw will do some good damage. Close range protect. Solid anti-air. Bringing the hot fire. Looking for a hole. Are they going to be able to come back and stack the low block? Closes it out. Player 1 made all the right moves, and this experience is only gonna make them stronger. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Barely blocks the jump in. Oh, with the throw. Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. I can't keep track of these corner switches. Avoids getting cornered. The fighters are matching each other move for move going into the midway point of the match. Got their eye on the air. Neither of them willing to back off here. Knockdown. Player 2, burnout activates. Player 2 needs to hold out until their drive gauge recovers. Who will KO? Player 2 wins the first round and is now riding a huge wave of momentum. Teleports. That's gonna rattle him. Can't tech the throw. Player 2 did a great job of reading their opponent up close in that last round. Can they keep the momentum? The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without experiencing burnout. Nice counter. Barely blocks the jumping. Quick drive rush to keep it going. Blocks it. Smart play with the throw. Knockdown and the low heavy connected. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. That's a counter. Teleport crowns them from above. Ooh, what a smart throw. Backs them into the corner in a hurry. Chases them into the corner and will now look to do some damage. And whips! They're wide open! Connects with the throw! Both are ready to pull the trigger on their super art. Wall flat into the guard foot! Oh, they change sides! Drives it back, misses! Throws them! How long can this offensive assault continue? They are in a real bad situation here. Taking chunks, this can lead to some big damage. Ooh, what a smart throw! Player 2 needs to take advantage of this gauge despair. The low's blocked! Not in range for the throw! All in with a rush! Low heavy! What will be the follow-up here? Ugh, take a seat! Jump! Oh, they're gonna beat him up to put them on notice! Player 2 has gotta be feeling good getting the win out of that absolute carnage! It's not over yet! Best believe it's time for that run back! This can lead to some big damage! Crowns them from above! Still scrapping for control of the space. Gets the jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Takes the chance to hurt him. Decent damage. What's next? Projectile to try and change the situation. Player 2 chases them down. Forward throw, not letting them out of the corner. They're jostling for the dominant position in the corner. All right, what's coming up next? What's their game plan here at this critical stage? KO! Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Gets them with the anti-air. Who's going to start things off? Big gap between the two fighters, so they throw out a fireball. Fires without warning. Player 1 can build off this lead. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Checks with a medium kick. Teleport! Jackknife maximum cuts clean through him. Fires off a Yoga Kame. Cool escape hits him with a stop and block. Knockdown and... Closes with the throw. Hitting him with the smart stuff. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Blocks. Nope, there's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. The low. This is gonna hurt. That feeling out phase is over. Time to get down to... Ooh, what a smart throw. That throw will do some good damage. Plenty of health, full gauges, left with impact, squash. Excellent block to shut out the impact. This can lead to some big damage. Gonna mix them up with the arch? Pumps the brakes on the impact. Uses the impact to shave off some of their drivers.
Hey, hey, hey! Yo, wake up, punk!
They're in range. We gonna see a jump in? A dash? This is gonna hurt. All the throw connects. What's next? Baits out the low kick. Teleport. Nowhere safe. Crowns them from above. This is what a finish. Player 2 really had to fight for that one. No shortage of drama. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. We're finally ready to begin this long-awaited fight. Our players look primed and ready. Close them. What's next? Good work staying in throw range there. Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out? Neither fighter can force the other to give up even an inch. The low kick connects. Picks up some damage with a long-reaching attack. Player 1 has the life lead. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. The jump in catches them. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Gets the knockdown, and now takes a trip. Let's see how they apply their corner pressure in this situation. Fantastic reactions there. All right, what's coming up next? In there! Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. The jump in is denied. Yoga fire there. Overdrive jackknife. What'll happen here? Yoga teleport. Where is he going? Their spacing is so on point right now. Nice counter. Sends a clear message with that counter. Both fighters have a full super. Crowns them from above. Keeps them out. Going in. Clinched it. Punish counter sets the table. Didn't hesitate going for the kill with that super. Did not miss that chance and takes the round. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. We're here in the first round. Which one of them will let their fists do the talking? Impact's a no-go. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Checks with a projectile. Starts with a jump in. Knockdown. Lots of aggression from both sides. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. They're jostling for the dominant position in the corner. From up above. Can't tech the throw. Life lead opens up. They're not afraid to let the overdrive art fly, even when their drive gate isn't topped off. Check good heads-up decision, opting for the drive impact. Oh god, this is tense. Burnout activates. Player 1 has depleted their drive gate. A gutsy fireball gives them the round. Player 2 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Jump. The throw misses. Yoga flame. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. Super Arts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. With the impact. Burnout activates. Player 2 hits them with a stop and pop. Experiencing burnout. Counting on the super to do the job. A real test of critical art now? What a finish! Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Knock them out of the air. Dashes forward. Side switch and the drops them hard. Overdrive jackknife sends them down the quick way. This unleashes some big damage. Player 2 is in burnout state. A very precarious sunburn. Going supernova. What now? Player 2 can't let this simmer. They got us set up with the jump in. Okay, here we go. Anticipated that throw. Noticeable life lead. Are you kidding me? Player 2 really had to fight for that one. No shortage of drama. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Knocked them out of the air. Goes with the fireball. Teleports. That's gonna rattle them. Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Buys some time by driving them into the corner, and now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Forward throw, not letting them out of the corner. They decide to hang back and rethink their game plan. All right, what's coming up next? With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive usage. Throws them to negate the block. Life lead opens up. Takes a trip. Player down to the wire. Ends the round with a punish counter. Living in the opponent's head rent-free right now. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. The rapid-fire fist sends them up. Good read with that throw escape. Oh, the back and forth reads are unreal. Player 2 holding on to that corner advantage. They back the opponent into the corner. Now to apply the pressure. Drive rush to keep it going. Throws a fire, springs forward with the drive rush. KO. Player 2 took no time to finish that fight.
A new challenger.
They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
Know it.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checks with the projectile. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? The drive rush to try and keep up the attack. Ooh, will they hit, whip, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Taking stock. Does a good job of pushing back. The jump-in is denied. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Good heads-up decision, opting for the drive impact. Knockdown. Shows the medium a thunderous drive impact to close the round. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Checks with a medium kick. Did well to get the buff in there. Lots of foo-hop bank and plenty of avenues to race through. Scrapping it out up close. Player 2 will need to play it conservative until their drive impressions. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. Knockdown! Here comes the mix-up. Player 1 will look denied. Keeps cool and locks him out. Brings down the waning groove on him. Punish counter on reactions. Player 2 can't use it. Knocks him out of the air. Closes it out. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Opens with a jump in. Drops them from the air. Dashes. Ooh, does them dirty. Excellent jump in. Which fighter will control the pace of the match? All in with a rush. Super arts on deck for both fighters. Links it. Medium kick into. Dazzles them with a flurry. Wow, reads the counterattack. Okay, the low. Taking chunks out of each other here. Oh my god, they just choked it up. A jumping. This is gonna hurt. Called it. Shifts them for the win. Player 2 gets the win in a convincing fashion. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Checks with a medium kick. Picks up the counter. This is going to be huge. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Solid combo. Decent damage. What's next? Throws out a projectile. Rips the blaster out. Were they baiting them into that? KO. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Did well to get the buff in there. Jumps. Scrapping it out up close. Pokes with a medium kick. The Fuha's there to give them even better return. Experiencing burnout. Player 1 in dire burnout activated. They're both driveless. This is gonna get messy. The drive's off the table. What else have they got? Lots of Fuha banked and plenty of avenues to race through. Super Arts on deck for breathe the jump in perfectly. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Player 1 needs to use the pit zone with a stop and pop. Oh, sucks to pry them open. Dangerous range. Clutch anti-air. Knocked them out of the air. Okay, here we go. The throw is denied. What a finish! Player 2 is a force to be reckoned with. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Gets scooped from down low. Big throws. Player 1 has the life advantage. Time to sit on the lead. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. The jump in is denied. Player 2 may be down to the wire. Punish counter. This could lead to something big. All right, what's coming up next? Getting into the end game now. It's getting tense. Gets him. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Decides to buff up while they can. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Blocking a jump in attack means you're at a disadvantage, so they should be looking to anti-air instead. Escapes with the reversal. Earns a breather to reset the situation. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Stuck in the court. Clutch anti-air. Yes, drive impact for the win. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Immediate jump in. Pokes with knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Smart stuff, poking at that range to zone the opponent. This can lead to some big damage. Burns out. Amazing. Player 1 throws that off. Ooh, you never know. All in with the rush. And they burn out in sync. They're back. Yo, straight up the line now. Still alive. Still alive.
Such a lovely face.
Are you kidding me? Player 1 was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Loads up above. The Fuha's there to give them even better returns on their investment. Did well to get the buff in there. Big opening ready to be taken advantage of after that parry. Perfectly timed parry to deflect the opponent's attack. You don't want to get caught in that situation too many times. Still slugging, need a perfect parry to stop them. Time to go on the offensive. Player one needs to deal with this burnout. They need to hold out. Player one doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Got their eye on the air. Takes a trip. Player one creates a good corner opportunity. Spends the gauge on the drive rush. Very solid corner switch. Medium kick hit. They were right to be on guard there. Jump. Ooh, experiencing burnout. Player one needs to use the threat of the corner here. Closing moments of the match. Closes with the throw. Hitting them with the smart stuff. Player one with the first strike, but they can't get complacent. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. They're waiting for the opportunity to bust this match wide open. Lots of foo-hop bank and plenty of avenues to race through. Player one will meet experiencing burnout. Super on deck for both fighters. Expect to see some fireworks. Player one will have to springs forward with the drive rush. Closes the distance. Goes air to air and takes their turn. Picks up the counter. This is going, drops though. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Raw critical. What's gonna happen? What a finish! We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Anti-air in the clutch. All with a no throw. This unleashes some big damage. Getting up close and personal. There's a burnout. Player in with the cross. Connects with the throw. Solid anti-air. Drive rush. Player clutch anti-air. Fights back with forward rush. Player one is looking at a grim situation with Burns below. Nothing stops this train. Racing. Maximum, here comes the boom. Ugh, take a seat. Giving them food for thought. Player two comes out on top of that fierce battle. Talk about a show. That match had it all. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Low heavy, but no go. Very slick with the combo. Just out of range for that throw. Deftly shuts out the jumper. Lots of aggression from both sides. No good up high. Player one has the life advantage. They've got a small life lead, but it's not over. Big counter. The drive parry was successful. All right, what's coming up next? Throws them to negate the block. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Big, low, reaching heavy. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. They can open up this round big, but KO. Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Lands a punish counter for the first hit. Strings it all together. Oh, sucks to pry them open. Takes the opponent out of the air. This is a chance to dictate the pace. Breaks their guard with the throw. Here comes the mix-up. Player one holding on to that corner advantage. They're backed up into the corner. Ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen? The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Drumming up a beatdown. Crowns them from above. On for the critical art. This is gonna kill. No doubt about it. That amazing never say die attitude got them the win. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Who will come out on the low block? Pokes with a medium kick. Both players look for something to work with, but neither are getting the opening they want. Player one is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. What are they gonna do? The jump in is denied. A jump? Takes it. This unleashes some big damage. What now? Player one has the super gauge advantage. train. Jump meets them air to air. This is gonna hurt. A back throw for damage and vital positioning. Oh, awesome! Player one clinches the win. But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that.
Round one.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Smart play with the throw. Rips the slasher out. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Holds out with the block. Takes a trip. I can't keep track of these corner switches. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Player one can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Uses the drive. Wraps it up with a decisive combo. Player two on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. They've both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Caught in the cross-up. Tried a standard block and got hit with the cross-up. Jumps. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. Knockdown and player two will need to experiencing burnout. Player two has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. They are really going at each other this round. The reads they make now will be key. Super art on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Scrapping it out up close. Gotta do better than that. Impact squat. Hits them with a stopping box. Jumps, reads the jump in perfectly. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Pokes with a kick. Cashes out the cage right there. This is gonna kill. No doubt about it. What a finish! Player two gets the win in a convincing fashion. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. From low heavy to frozen. What's next? Closes the gap for the grab. Deftly shuts out the jumping. Player one is just about out of drive after that. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weaker. Taking stock. Player two creates a good corner opportunity. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Recovers from burnout. Throws them. What's next? Takes a trip. The low doesn't connect. Blocks the ambiguous crossing. It's turned into a driveless fight. How will they play it? Dashes up. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Player one needs to use the threat of the... just don't KO. Player two wins the first round and is now riding a huge wave of momentum. Takes the opponent out of the air. This is a chance to dictate the pace. Won't play their game. Says no with the overdrive 10 setting. Connects with medium kick. Jumps in. Smart play with the throw. That throw will do some good damage. Barely blocks the jump in. Avoids getting stuck in the corner somehow. Does a good job escaping the corner. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Breaks the block. Throws them. Gets them with a quick low kick. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Manages to block the jump-in attack. The low kick hits. Connects with the throw. Player one managed their drive gauge well to create lots of opportunities for themselves. Let's see if they can maintain this rhythm. Both are ready to pull the trigger on their super art. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. Quick medium poke. Anti-air in the clutch. Sets up with the jump in. All stocked up. Where's the Fuha gonna come into play? What? In with the crosser. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. The low's block. Grabs him. Looking for a hole. No hesitation or regret. Hits him with that 8XM double. Perfect damage calculation. No doubt about it. They are done. Player one clinches the win. But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that comeback. Anti-air in the clutch. Throws him. Jumps in. The corner makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Neither of them willing to back off here. Goes in on the impact for nothing. Great work finding the opening. Impact's a no-go. Life lead opens up. Knockdown. Checks with a medium kick. Gets him. Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Immediate jump in. The Tenzin ring hits home. Got their eye on the air. Scrapping it out up close. Goes, that's to pry them open. Medium kick hits. Jumps up. Jumps in. Both fight brushes that off and keeps going. Player one has a big drive gauge lead. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Great job in escaping that corner. Gotta do better than that. There's a burnout. Winston, that combo finishes it. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Blocks the low kick. It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. Shows a medium kick. Jackknife maximum cuts clean through him. Hits him with a stop and block. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Connects with the throw. Player one will look to apply pressure here. Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. Dash! Excellent block. They're in range. We gonna see a jump in? A dash? Impact squash. Both are ready. Oh my god, they just choked it up. All the throw connects. Both fighters are down to half life. Player one can't let this trip knock down. Here comes the mix-up. This is gonna hurt. Oh, combo. Let's go. They think this time to bust this out. Looking for the definitive end to this round with a level 3 super. Perfectly planned, perfectly executed. Player two comes out on top of that fierce battle. Talk about a show. That match had it all.
minhas. Mas dá uma segurada, tu vai pagar pra jogar ainda andando essa marra aí só um pouquinho, né? Cumprimenta direito as pessoas, tu tá achando que tu é quem? Tu jogou aonde? Tu ganhou o quê, cara? Isso? Ei, calma aí. Essas falas aí são minhas. Mas dá uma segurada, tu vai pagar pra jogar ainda andando essa marra aí só um pouquinho, né? Essa paródia eu fiz pra você.